Join now.
Sekarang kita bakal ketemuan nih sama teman-teman dari model United Nations. MUN itu apa, mereka ngapain aja, apa yang bisa kita pelajari, dan nanti lebih lengkap di sesi setelah ini ya. I will introduce you guys to our moderator. Namanya Erin Eukaristi Chandradinata. Teman kita yang satu ini baru aja lulus dari UPH dengan studi desain produk dan lagi menanti wisuda online. Lagi merintis usaha keramik yang namanya Era. Dan lagi freelance juga dalam bidang desain. Thank you PS tadi. Bye. Hobi melakukan si Era, panggilannya siapa ya? I'm sorry. Era? Hobi melakukan Iren.
Yes.
Iren? Oke, Iren mana ya? Aku mau lihat mukanya dong. Iren, turn on your cam. There you go. Hi, Iren.
Hi.
Oke, aku lanjutin dulu ya, kenalin kamu biar semakin kece. Hobi melakukan segala hal yang berhubungan dengan seni seperti musik, keramik, pelukis, dan lain. Agak multitasking ya, Bun ya, hobinya banyak. Tapi hobi yang paling penting, yang sama seperti kita semua, as mentioned by Erin herself, adalah tidur. Siap. Tapi karena banyak kerjaan, hobi yang satu ini sulit terrealisasi. Bisa lah. Harus sibuk oke, istirahat juga oke, Erin ya. Alright, teman-teman, I will pass the mic to Erin now. Hope you guys have fun, have a great time di last session kita kali ini. Round of applause, virtual applause for Erin.
Thank you, Kak Steph. Oke, jadi dalam sesi ini, we will talk in English ya, teman-teman. Jadi, translatornya juga akan beralih dari Indonesia ke Inggris, jadi Inggris ke Indonesia. Oke, so...
are you ready?
Are you ready? Yes? Okay, nice. Today we are going to talk, we have like a sharing session with our friends from the MUN. What is MUN and what is it about? What is all that stuff behind MUN? We're going to talk about that. But first, let me introduce you to two of our friends from the MUN. We have Kariki and Kak Febri.
Woo!
Okay, hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi.
Mana nih Kak Febri? Nice. Okay. So Kariki is here representing from the Empowered Youth Assembly MUN. He is currently studying at the University of Jember, majoring in elementary education and teacher training. Faculty of Teacher Training and Education since 2016. Kariki involved in a lot of debate competitions and has been participating in International Model United Nations events for more than 16 times, guys. And that's only on 2020 to 2021. Only in this 1 year, and involved in more than 16 times. Such as in online distancing MUN, comfort MUN, momentum MUN, and so on. Like honestly, the list goes on and on. Like I cannot read all of this. And we also have Kak Febri. She studied at the University of North Sumatra Architecture Department. So I guess we're kind of like a bit in the same area, I guess, design. Sorry, there's an ice cream passing by my house. So I guess this is what happens when we do this stuff online, yeah. We have ice cream passing by and bread passing by. So yeah, Kak Febri also has tons of experience in the MUN world, such as the youth leader MUN, North Sumatra University MUN, Global Connective Multilateral Model United Nations, Foster International Model United Nations, and so on. And for now, she is representing the MUN, Foster International MUN. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So we're just gonna like chill out, just have some talk. This is the first time we actually talk, I guess, from the three of us, right? So before we start this session, a little bit further, could you guys please share a bit more about yourself? Maybe something that I missed.
Okay, who will be the first one? Maybe ladies first.
Okay, ladies first. Okay.
Right. So it's start for me?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. As Indonesian proverbs say, tak kenal maka tak sayang. So yeah, I would like to introduce myself as Kate. Yeah, greetings everyone. It's such a pleasure and a honor to serve and to meet you all here. And yeah, I would like to introduce myself. So my name is Sebuah, and my friends usually call me Fab or Fabri. Now I am a graduate architecture student, but actually now I currently pursuing a master degree in law. And yeah,
Oh, that is so cool.
Unexpected.
actually for me also I didn't expect that, but yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 21 right now, and yeah, next year 2022. So, I have started my MUN journey since last year, October 2020. So it has been 1 year for my MUN journey. But since I pursuing my master degree, so I'm not really that active as usual in MUN, but I'm still participating in MUN, and I have found and established MUN communities such as in my university, which called USU MUN Club, Universitas Sumatera Utara Model United Nations Club, and also yeah, that's the MUN Club is for students to support them to explore and yeah, given also about their so skills and etc. And also I'm also established a MUN community which is Feynman, since I'm representing Feynman, also international MUN, which this MUN also have a same purpose with also MUN Club or probably with the other MUN organization that might be have. But however, for Feynman itself, this is like I established this with hope and with bring theme of like environment, because I think that it's very important to bring out this topics. It's about the environment, like because most of MUN organizations or MUN community, they focus in the general theme. They don't have any specific theme, but environment we bring more concern about the environment, but it's not it's also, yeah, we also can bring that other topics we want to, like for example my secretary if want to suggest anything we're trying to update with the what current situation that we are faced right now. So basically that's like that. And also Firemat is open for public, not like the seminar for also students. So yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay, that is so awesome. Next up, Kariki.
All right. Greetings, everyone. Am I audible? Am I audible? Can you hear my
Yes,
voice?
yes, yes.
All right. So yeah, I hope everyone is doing great. Keep safe and healthy, everyone. Because I heard that you know, COVID-19 cases is getting worse in Europe and Central Asia right now. But yeah, and to begin with, I'd like to say thanks to organizing committee for having me here alongside Fabri. As yeah, Fabri is a nice person and supportive. She's my friend, and it's such an honor to me to be here to share something that might help everyone here to know about MUN especially. So yeah, my name is Ricky Julius Christian. Uh, I'm currently studying in the University of Denver, as Irin has mentioned before, majoring at the elementary education. I'm about to accomplish my bachelor's degree. And aside from that, I'm also working in Platinum Fitness Center right now as social media marketing and front office as well. Regarding Model United Nations, yeah, as Irin mentioned, I've been participating in several MUN since 2019, and it was really nice. To be honest, my English wasn't really good before, but MUN improved me a lot. Yeah, not trying to exaggerate, but it's real, I think. Yeah, I think it's all about me and what I'm doing lately. I'm really busy actually, but I really love to do something that can improve myself. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I unmute myself because the ice cream just passed by my house again. But anyway, aren't we all busy? But we would like to know a bit more about how and why you guys got involved in MUN in the first place. Why? What interests you? Like, you just volunteered yourself to the MUN, or did someone introduce you guys, or what happened? How back then, before all this massive accomplishment just happened?
Uh, all right, maybe I'll be answering first. So it was unexpected actually. Like my English wasn't that really good before, and I was a person who I really love joining events that can improve myself. I was an activist as well, but but didn't even know about MUN. Like, yeah, really, I didn't even know about MUN. I found MUN in my Instagram, and um, when one of the most prestigious MUN promote their event, and
Is
efforts
Karikil
in
lacking?
leadership skill
Oh, okay.
improvement. Hello, am I audible? I think it's like
Your video
right?
is kind of lacking
Oh
right
my god.
now. I don't know if it is in everyone else's. Is it? Yeah, he's lagging. Okay, he's out. Maybe Kak Febri could lo hilang. Maybe Kak Febri could share more about your story first.
All right. Okay, never mind. Actually, I don't know anymore about what is MUN, but since this pandemic, actually, yeah, I started my MUN journey, as I said before, legit start from last year on October 2020. Basically, how I know MUN is because of Instagram advertisement. While I found like Asia Youth International Model United Nations, since I know that for joining MUN, it's quite, I can say quite dear, because we have to spend a lot of budget for that, because we have to come to the places for having the offline conferences. But however, since this pandemic, most of MUN organizers hold an online conference. So I think I was told that, yeah, I think this is a chance for me to join MUN because it's online conference. So I think that I'm still able to participate in. I feels like I didn't want to miss this chance. That's why, yeah, I registered myself to join Asia Youth International MUN 2020 virtual conference. That was my very first MUN. After I joined an MUN, I didn't know, I become like addicted to join more MUN conferences. And until right now, I can count it's around almost 40 times I have joined MUN conferences, both as a delegate, as a executive board, or as a secretariat, and also or even as a secretary general of the MUN organizer. So yeah, since I fought MUN, I realized that MUN have changed much things from myself, from my life. Because to be honest, like in MUNs, we are like we have to use English language. It is a mandatory, because yeah, as we know that UN of your language is six, which is like Russian, French, included English, and etc. But most commonly we are using English, because as we have been acknowledged that English is an international language. So yeah, it has been like mandatory, or yeah, obligation for us to be able to speak English. Yeah, actually I can understand English text, but it's really hard for me to communicate like this times in English. But since I joined the Model United Nations, I feel like there is improvement, like from myself, such as like skills and etc. And since the time, yeah, I never want to stop to join MUN, and yeah, still participating in whatever role that I can participate on. So yeah, that's.
Okay, that's nice. You know, to be very honest, I haven't spoken English for so long, and I did like a live on my Instagram in English, so I could like practice more in English. So I guess you guys are pretty lucky that you have to practice using English all the time on MUN. So, Kak Ricky, what was
Alright.
it?
Yeah, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience, guys. Yeah, actually, I found MUN through my Instagram when one of the most prestigious. Oh wait, just a second. It's lagging again, right?
No, it's not
Am I
lagging right
audible?
now. No, it's fine, it's fine.
All right, it was lagging right before.
It
All right.
wasn't lagging at my place, but yeah, it's okay. Continue, please.
So yeah, when one of the most prestigious MUN organizations, well known as Asia World MUN, it was in Bali, November 20, 2019. So it's been 2 years. Yeah. And they're like they offer something that I'm looking for, like improve my leadership skills, and then critical thinking, public speaking skills, etc., etc. And then I applied and get selected. It was quite shocking because my English wasn't really good before. And yeah, long story short, when the day of the event came, I wasn't confident at all. Like, I didn't even know what MUN is like. Oh my god, I'm being a silent student, to be honest. Like, just doing nothing in the conference, just like listen to the other delegates. Yeah, but yeah, it's really challenging, but the people are really nice and supportive. Um, I have friends. I have made friends with um, from Philippines and from Malaysia and Timor Leste as well. Not actually so many friends because I'm not that really confident previously. So yeah, but MUN gives improved me a lot since I've been participating in MUN since 2019. And yeah, here is my English skills. I'm more confident to speak in English. Um anyway, I want to know how many people here who knows about MUN. Could you raise your virtual hand maybe?
Oh,
Because
yes,
I
please.
really
If you guys know what MUN is, please maybe give like a heart reaction or like a thumbs up or anything.
yeah,
And
maybe
we'll
you
see
have an
how many
experience in MUN.
people here knows about MUN or have maybe experience in the MUN event.
Oh, no one really.
Nobody, okay.
All right. Okay. So maybe you can check on your Instagram, like
Oh,
Model United
Kasefi
Nations.
knows about it. Okay.
There are so many MUN, and you can also check on YouTube because there's a lot of like mock sessions. So they can inform how MUN is and so on and so forth. So yeah.
Okay, but can you briefly explain what MUN is? Like, it's a model United Nation, right? And what you guys do? What do you usually discuss? And Kak Febri said that the MUN is more focused on the environmental issues and topics, right? And what else are you guys more involved in? Or maybe you could just like explain what MUN is in general to maybe let us know what it is so that we could know you guys a bit more.
All right, maybe start from me. Okay, I would like to explain what is Model United Nations. We have been familiar with UN or United Nations, but yeah, actually Model United Nations is a similar concept to UN, but however, we know what is UN, and the MUN is the simulation form of the United Nations conferences. Or yeah, as we know that MUN, the abbreviation which is Model United Nations. So basically, we learn here, we take a role as what kind of role that existed in Model United Nations. For example, there is an executive board, or we say that as a chairs. Chairs is not means kursi, but in this case, chairs means a people or a people who moderate or guiding the conference. We call them as the chairs or presidents. It depends on their title. And there's a delegate. Delegate is a person who represents a country. So while you represent a country, so you have to trying to train and keep consistent with your stances. So basically that's how chairs and also delegates, and also there's also a secretariat, as we have been familiar with Secretary General, for example. That's the Secretariat of the UN. Our recent Secretary General of UN right now is Antonio Guterres from Portugal. So in MUN also, every people can take participation if they want to become a chairs or a delegate, or even want to become a secretariat. But commonly for the beginning journey for people or everyone, if you want to join MUN, maybe you can start from trying to participate as a delegate, so you will feel how the MUN atmosphere. So just imagine that you are in the real UN conference and you participate as a representative of a country. For example, like Iran, you represent, for example, have been allocated to Philippines, for example. Even though you are Indonesian, but while you got a mandate to represent, for example, Philippines, so you have to, how you have to act as a delegate of Philippines. So that's how you have to be able to act in MUN conferences and keep delivering your stances. So basically that's how it works in MUN. And what we do in MUN, as usual, like giving speeches and also negotiations with other delegates, having a discussions, having a diplomacy ways, and also working on documents. Also, we do in MUN conferences, such as like draft resolutions, a working paper, and also we have to do a pre-conference document, which we called it as a position paper. This really help us to help our research before we go to the day of the conferences. So basically it's like that.
Wow. Okay. For someone who hates paper, wow. But honestly, though, I think for someone who doesn't like to write things like that, I really need to learn to actually face it and do it. But it's really interesting how we, as someone from different countries, need to learn about other countries, and then we got friends from other countries as well. So it is actually interesting. It sounded like too much, I guess, for some people, but I could really see how it is addictive to you guys. How about Kariki? What do you think MUN is?
I think it's quite similar with Messi. MUN is a simulation of the United Nations conference. So we learn about the decision-making process by the United Nations, and basically with council is like Dewan in Indonesia. So it's like UNICEF, for example. When we're talking about children, you can join in a council which is called UNICEF. And when we are talking about environment, maybe we can go to UNEP. Or when you are interested in education, maybe you can join UNESCO, or maybe if you are interested in health, so you can join WHO and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of topics that we can discuss in MUN. And also, it's not just a formal session, guys, especially if it's offline MUN, because apart from that, MUN have also funny sessions, like having fun, sharing cultural performance from other delegates. And you will learn about how to working in a diverse team, like different perspective, working with people with a different perspective, with other different background, and so on and so forth. So it's not just formal session like in the conference, but you will having fun as well.
Nice. Okay. So what is your overall first impression about MUN? Is it scary? If one of us here wants to join MUN, what should we expect? Like, what should we expect?
I think the most preferable to me is complicated at first.
Oh, it's complicated. Okay.
Because it's like a prestigious event, and you feel like proud of yourself, because it's like a privilege, right? And you look so cool. but it's also challenging, of course. But yeah, overall, MUN is something that can improve yourself. Like, even though like your English is not that really good, like me, I have an experience, like one moment when there was a girl came up to me and asking me, "Why are you standing in the line?" I didn't even know that questions really well. Yeah, to be honest, I couldn't answer that question. Actually, I'm waiting on my name tag cover, if you know. Uh, yeah, I couldn't answer that simple question. It was my English skills, but where as long as I join MUN and try to be more confident and also learn with people from other countries and communicate with them, I think it improved me more effective than watching movies. I think because like pronunciation, for example, I didn't even know when people say rules of procedure. I don't even know what is procedure, but it's pronounced procedure, but the meaning is simple. It's procedure in Indonesia. So yeah, it's like a
Oh, okay.
pronunciation that we haven't heard before, but it's how we pronounce it, like in that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What about Kak Febri? What is your first impression? Your very first impression?
Right, so my first impression joining MUN, actually before I faced the MUN, I felt so excited. However, in the day of the conferences, I'm really nervous, and it's really complicated also for me to say that because in that situations, it's really hard for me. Like I have to be able to adapt with the other delegates, although we are in online conferences. And also
Mhm.
one of the struggling things happens to me while the first time of me joining MUN is because of the topic and the council, which is I can say this is it one's levels because it's UNSC councils that I joining. Maybe okay, UNSC is United Nations Security Councils. Okay, read aloud. Yeah, council is like
Okay.
subsidiary body of the UN, as we have been familiar, like WHO, UNICEF, UNESCO, and there's so many. And I joined UNSC Security Councils discussing about international peace and security. What kind of topic we are discussing at there? For example, Israel-Palestine conflict or other related to war and border dispute and etc. So that's how I was really hard to to adapt myself, but I I don't like that's the challenge for me. I have to be able to escape from that conference safely, and yeah, I can do
Hmm.
that.
Okay.
Yeah, but since the time I become very addicted, excited, and I want to join more. And yeah, till right now I have joined several council also. It's not only about UNSC, like UNICEF, WHO, UNESCO, UN Women. There are so many MUN councils that you have to try if you join MUN. It's really recommended, and you don't have to be afraid. Although you think that your English is not that good, your English is just so, or what you think about yourself, but trust me that every person is a beginner, is a learner, and yeah, as we know also a success people, how can they be success? They try that. They also a beginner in the past times until they can be success. So when not with MUN, every people can do that. So yeah.
Yes, that is very true. I remember when I was still going to university on site, when I was learning pottery, my lecturer has this words printed and hanged on the wall, and it said, "What's the difference between the master and you? Is that the master has failed many more times than you ever tried." So, yeah, it is very important for us to try and try again and to learn something because everyone is a beginner at something at some point, right? So, as you guys have mentioned earlier, because of MUN, you learned a lot about your soft skills, your speaking, especially in English, and in I think there are a lot other languages that you need to learn other than English, if I am not mistaken. Or does it always in English? I don't know. But yeah, like you need to learn to actually speak and set everything in English, write the papers in English, and then you have to, you know, practice your public speaking, and then how to adapt, as you mentioned earlier. And is there any other soft skills that you learned throughout joining all these MUN events?
Right, maybe sort from me. Other skills, okay, since I was from architecture major, which is really contrary with MUN, because MUN discussion focus on international relations. Yeah, that's why I said it's really contrary. So while I joined MUN, of course, I got new skills because I never like be active as now who I am. And yeah, of course, like I have said before, I can understand English text, but however, before I joined MUN, it's really hard for me to be able to speak in English. And never mind about the grammar, don't really confused about it. At least how you can speak and other people can understand what you are saying. That's only that's enough. And Ricky, do you want to say something? When you're just kidding. Mm.
Oh, all right. So, yeah, maybe I think MUN has improved my English skills. Yeah, that's right. And public speaking skills, diplomatic skills, social skills, communication skills, and also broaden networking. Like I have
Mm.
so many friends from Nepal, from India, from Pakistan, or even US itself. And also, yeah, leadership skill, of course, since we have to represent the country, and sometimes we need a leader in a blog like that when we have the same interest, or maybe we have the same solutions on this topic. So we have like make a team, like several countries, like making a one blog like that. So yeah, leadership skill as well. And by the way, about the questions that about language in UN. Um, Actually, UN allows several languages like international languages such as Arabic, Mandarin, French. Yeah, and there is some MUN like Turkey Moscow International MUN, which is conducted by Russia. I don't know if from one of the university in Russia that I've ever participated in, and yeah, they provide council that just that using Mandarin as well. The council is
Oh.
UNEP. Yeah, Mandarin as well and French as well. So, but it depends um on the purpose of this event because it's more academic, right? When and the one who creating this event is from educational institutions, so they they are trying to make this event more like UN, like this. So yeah.
Ah.
Maybe
Okay.
one I would like to add that yeah, I just remember what
Uh-huh.
I got since joining MUN is writing skills because
Mm-hmm.
I really hate on
Yeah.
working like on a proposal or a kind of report. I don't like it. But since I joined MUN, I learned many things because to be honest, I previously really didn't know how to do formatting on the documents. But since I joined MUN, I learned finally know how to make a bibliography and footnotes and etc.
Mm.
This is as the same as how we want to work on journal, which we have to be able to provide a fact that's using an actual sources. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's really helped
True.
me.
That is
Things that I
very
feel
true.
it's really
Yes.
progress.
Yep. Mhm. You know, yeah, I really despise writing those journal stuff and all, but in the end, when we go to university, we have to learn to write those stuff. So joining MUN really does help with those writing skills a lot. And I guess the internet also brings lots of advantages, especially for MUN, right? Like you gain friends from all over the world. And as you said earlier, you guys joined MUN during the pandemic. Is it right? Right? Is it correct? So you have never experienced the MUN before the pandemic, like join the events live on site? Have you ever joined it live before? Or is there any difference between the MUN events held live on site and online?
All right, maybe, okay, Febri, would you like to answer first?
No, you mean? No.
Come on, no worries.
All right. Okay. I will start first. So yeah, I really agree. Internet plays a very important and very supportive role for us since actually still join MUN online, but I never had experience join MUN offline. But yeah, I hope next year I will join MUN offline. And yeah, of course, there is a difference while we join MUN online and MUN offline. Although I never joined MUN offline, but I can feel this atmosphere. I mean, it's like I joining MUN online, but I have feels like the situation is really forced, and sometimes it rush us as a delegate how we have to be able to find the solutions, tackle the issues that we are discussing based on the main agenda we have in the conferences. Although it is from virtual, however, if in offline we meet the person, we face them each other, and yeah, if we want to negotiate, we want to debate, we want to rebuttal, or we want to do everything, it's live in the places. So yeah, it will create a more pressure for us, but we have to have more preparations if we want to join MUN offline. Sometimes if we join MUN online, sometimes issue might be happens, but that issue support us to this is spend ourselves. For example, if we want to speak but we are not ready yet, sometimes we can use other reasons, like for example, sorry, cheers, we have internet issue, okay, we'll later. But however, if you're in MUN offline, you cannot do that because you face chairs directly, which is you have to stand by already whatever the situation you will face. So yeah, a more pressure in MUN offline, but trust me, it's really interesting and will be memorable, I guess.
How about Kariki? Have you ever experienced an offline event?
Yeah, my first MUN was offline in Bali.
Oh, okay.
It was Asia World Model United Nations. It's really prestigious. Like you have a gala dinner, like in the opening ceremony, and then in the closing we have cultural performance, and over this session, like who will be the best delegates and the most outstanding delegates, and so on and so forth. And like it's really Instagrammable. Like yeah.
Okay.
And yeah. Yes, obviously, before the pandemic, there are differences between offline and online, especially online MUN wasn't even considered before as a good or such an interesting event, because offline is more interesting, right? But then when pandemic comes, we have to online, right? Because MUN is the best platform to improve the young leaders, to improve their skills, to have a good self-improvement. So yeah, but during the pandemic, online MUN is the best way to continue this positivity, and especially it's more affordable. If we join offline MUN, you can spend a lot of money, because especially when the event is in USA, for example, you have to go to USA and spend a lot of money for the transportation. Like Harvard MUN, for example, you have to go to Harvard. But during online MUN, it's more affordable. I think there are so many free MUN as well during this event. If you are interested, you can check YLMUN, Youth Leader MUN. I'm also one of the committee organizing committee in this event. Yeah, it's like a free MUN, but even though it's like you know, you have to spend money for online MUN. Maybe it's not more than million rupiah. Because yeah, it's more affordable as if we compare with offline MUN, and it's still worthy and effective, guys, because we manage everything by using Google Docs, for example, when we drafting the
Oh.
draft resolutions, yeah, through Google Docs, so everyone can, you know, hand in hand working together in the Google Docs.
Mhm.
And when we try to negotiate, we can use that chat box in Zoom, right? Or maybe when we
Mhm.
want to make a blog, one blog, let's say blog is like a thing. Um, so you can like make a group in WhatsApp group so you can communicate well, and yeah, it's still like you know worthy to try, guys. So you can join MUN because yeah, it's affordable. So that's um the positive things of um online MUN.
Nice. Okay, so guys, if you are interested in MUN, you want to try it out, you are curious maybe what MUN actually is, or you want to develop your soft skills, you have a big chance right now because it's available almost everywhere. You just search on Instagram, right? And then it's more affordable, like Kariki said. And yeah, maybe you should try it. You should experience how MUN really feels. Or if you guys maybe want to ask more about MUN, you could contact Kafebri and Kariki. But anyway, we have talked a lot about the positive impacts of MUN being held online. What about the negative impacts? Do you experience or maybe know the negative sides of having it online, or maybe like the downside of it?
Right. So about the negative impact. So this is just based on my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, personally, I don't really mind about the negative impact because I joined MUN because of the positive vibes that MUN can give to me personally. But for the negative impact that I see with my eyes, which is because MUN, some people assume that MUN is a competition, which means that yeah, every delegate trying to get the awards, they want to be the best delegates awards or other awards that exist in MUN conferences. And sometimes because of this kind of situation, every people being competitive, sometimes a delegates to other delegates can be intimidating each others because they feel like they want to leading the conference. They want, sometimes I can say it's like a bossy a bossy actions from the delegates. Yeah, sometimes it's necessary because, well, for example, we represent Israel countries, so the delegates have to be able to represent how Israel acts, right? Although probably we
Okay.
are, as Indonesian, we really condemn, we really disagree on what Israel did. But however, if we have been trusted, if we have been mandated or get allocated as Israel, we have to be able to represent Israel as well and support the USA and also etc. That is how the MUN works. And yeah, that is one thing that the negative things that I saw. This is not because the MUN give the negative things, but this is the humans, the people who join MUN. They give the negative vibes to the other people. So probably other people will think negative also to the MUN. However, according to me, it's not about the MUN negative things, but it's about the humans. And also the same,
Mm.
because this is online, I have been severally noticed and aware that in MUN I ever take a role as a chairs or as
Mm-hmm.
I guide the MUN conferences simulations, and I found the delegates while they're working on the documents, for example, on the draft resolution, while they're work on the solutions, while we check the plagiarisms, it's really in the high grade. We can they copy
I
paste and from the
see.
internet. Yeah, actually that's
Okay.
you have to purely can provide the solutions based on your research best. Yeah, it's prohibited, really prohibited if you
Mm-hmm,
base it.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's the negative I
Okay.
ever. But back again, this is that the people who do that negative thing is not the
Yes. 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 Okay. By the way, We only have around 15 to 13 minutes left. So we're on to the next question. What about you guys yourself? We have discussed a bit about the internet, and we learned about the internet earlier from the talk shows and how it affects in the MUN. But what about your personal opinion about the internet? What is your opinion about internet toxicity, and does it affect the way of your thoughts during the MUN, or have you ever used this internet toxicity as one of the topics in the MUN events? Maybe Kariki could share first.
All right, maybe I will rather answer one question first, because yeah, about internet toxicity. I, in my perspective, it's like related activity on the internet, which can inflict harm or damage on someone, like mentally or physically. I mean, like when it comes to physical health, when someone like playing games for more than 12 hours, so it can affect to their physical health and so on and so forth. And also when it comes to mentally, I think this issue is really global issue, since we know that a lot of um, young people, they like compare themselves with other person, which is more like um, artists, for example, and then they from lower middle class, and they compare themselves with other with the livelihoods of the artists, and it can affect how they like identify themselves, and it can make something like stressful, yeah, for and any other things actually like about the mentally aspects. So yeah, this is a global issue anyway when we talk about internet toxicity. um Also, there are some countries that ban or limiting the use of smartphone or social media, and the sign of toxic um, internet is being discussed globally right now. Yep, I think that's all from me. Maybe my perspective about internet toxicity.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what about Kafebi? What is your personal perspective and opinion?
Okay, according to my perspective, internet is giving a very good impact. It really helped us. From the ambient aspect, it is really helpful, of course, although we are in the distance, but it really helped us to connect with other people who are not close to us. For example, while we can get new international networks, for example, like Ricky have been mentioned before, that yeah, we got friends from not only from national but also from international area, like from Pakistan. I also have friends from Pakistan, also from Europe, and yeah, that's really helpful for us. And also because of the internet access tensions, which is it's really helped us, like yeah, what we need, we can just search in the internet and we can get the yeah, we can get the material, and it's really helped us for if we want to gaining new knowledge such as that. It's like that. And about the internet toxicity, actually, toxicity is dangerous according to me. It gives a damage for people. So actually, it is depend on the who is the user. While the user cannot give a positive impact, they will affect the other people become a bad person. That's what we are worried about the internet toxicity itself. But however,
Mm-hmm.
why internet is existed right now, because internet would like to help the citizens of the world. However, by the unresponsible of yeah, unresponsible people or actors who plays a role like to give negative impact, that's really in danger. And because of the cases which is, yes, we know what happened. For example, harassment, bullying, other things negative happens. This is spread freely in the internet. This is what the world's worried and concerned about. So yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
basically it should be back again to the people trying to give more positive vibes, positive things, and don't give a bad impact to the surroundings, because it will affect how the world, the India futures works. So yeah, just trying to be more wise and be positive.
Yep. Sometimes we forgot that there are human beings at that very end of the phone right there. So what about the internet toxicity and mental health in the topics on MUN? Have you ever brought that topic up on the events, or it has never been brought up on MUN?
Actually, in my previous MUN, when I was organizing committee, this topic is not that really brought up in the event, but it's related to mental health actually, which is yeah, we did discuss this topic about mental health. For more specific, there are several points that um, causing mental health, right? Such as internet toxicity, or even tiger parenting when we're talking about the parenting and so on and so forth. And yeah, this topic is brought up in MUN, but not that really specific on internet toxicity. And we have to know as well the differences between internet toxicity and cyber bullying or cyber crime. Because I think toxicity is just about the user, not someone who tried to do cyberbullying, right? So, because I believe that it's like a poison, you know. So basically, when we got the poisons with um, the large scale of the poison, so in our body, so our body cannot protect ourselves, right? But when we can protect ourselves with this poison, I think there's nothing happening our body. So which means that instead of just banning someone to use the internet, but we have to prepare all people to be ready for the negative impact of the internet, so they can well prepare when you know when the poisons
Happen.
like try to affect their body like that. So yeah, it's like a poison. So you have to know the differences between cyberbullying and internet toxicity, which is more like it depends on the users, how you use the internet, that can affect yourself like mentally or physically. Because actually social media can help us to get more information, to get updated with the information, knowledge, or even knowledge like I did. I'm following several UN bodies like UNESCO, UNICEF, just to get to know more about the current situations in the world and so on. And so forth. I think it's really because social media is not like paper, right? When you read paper, you have to read maybe 20 pages, but if it's social media, you have strict to the point like that, so you will understand to the point. It's really interesting. I think that's all from me.
Okay. What about Kafebri? In your experience during MUN, has this topic been brought up?
According to my experience during MUN, actually, I still don't find MUN discuss about internet toxicity specifically, but about the mental health, yeah, I ever joined MUN which discuss about this topic, which is in the WHO Council, World Health Organizations. So yeah, because WHO ever have provide mental health action plan. They have some how to support that, but actually what we were discussing in the conferences is about the mental health action plans goals is on 2020, but however we still unable to achieve that. That's why the WHO extend the mental health action plan become to 2030 will be the same goals as the sustainable development goals. And yeah, that is by the WHO with several improvement in the mental health action plans program. According to me, yeah, internet toxicity and mental health have a correlation. It's related to each other because while the victims got impacted by the negative news from the internet, sometimes it can create an awareness to the people. For example, if they are become more sensitive, it can affect their physically and mentally, as Ricky mentioned before. So yeah, that's why this is the concern also, because actually according to me, internet toxicity is not as simple as that, because while people have been got affected by mental health, it's really hard for them to healing themselves to become as the usual. That's why we have to be careful on our actions to other people. We have to be more diplomatic, which means we have to consider on everything we want to do before we deliver it directly. So that's all.
Yeah, that's true. People sometimes say whatever they want on the internet, and what their defense statement is usually, I have my right to say everything I want on the internet. Well, that's true, but we all need to think about what other people would feel if they hear or they read whatever we said on the internet, right? So for the end session of today's sharing, do you guys have any words that you'd like to say to our friends who joined BBPC?
This is all for me. This is last message, right?
Yeah.
This is just a short motivation that we are MUNers, a people who act and doing MUN. We have been familiar with this statement by Zig Ziglar, which state that you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. You don't have to be an expert to start on some things, but it is more about how you are brave. You are, you have a motivation from yourself to start it first. Because as I have my friends quote that every great person is a beginner, first timer, and a learner. So every people have a same and equal chance actually. This is only depend on how the people would like to try and get out from their comfort zone and giving their best to improve their skills, their personality be better. I think that's all.
Nice. Okay, Kariki?
All right. So I just want to say, like, you guys have to identify yourself to get to know about what is your purpose, what do you want, and do your best on something that can improve yourself. Like in BBPC as well, you join something that can improve yourself, like from the knowledge, from listening to other person, and sharing and discuss something. So yeah, like what you did right now in BBPC. So I believe that you have more interest on improving yourself. So you can join everything. I'm not trying to encourage you to join MUN, but if you want, yeah, I highly recommend you. But just try to identify yourself, because you seems like really potential as others, and just believe in yourself. I think that's all.
Nice. Okay, so guys, don't be afraid to just go out, step out of your comfort zone, and just try new things, because everyone is a beginner at some point. And just be yourself, mind your words, right? On using the internet. And I guess, yeah, that is all. We learned a lot today. Thank you, Kak Febri and Kariki, for your sharing about MUN,
you, guys.
and about your perspectives on internet toxicity and mental health. I guess before we end this, I would like to invite us all to have a picture together. Maybe someone from the multimedia could help me with the picture. Yay, foto lagi.
60% foto kita mah.
Okay. So, dari operator 1 yang akan mandu fotonya.
Oke. Siap ya? 1, 1, 2, 3. Oke. Next. 1, 2, 7. Okay, next. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next. 1, 2, 3. Okay, sip.
Okay. Thank you again to Kak Febri and Kariki for your sharing. It really means a lot for us. We learn so much from you guys. Maybe who knows, from 102 people here, oh wait, 100 people here would be interested in joining MUN. I don't know. But if you guys want to learn more about MUN, you can contact Kariki and Kak Febri. They have written all the information on the chat. You can check that out. And yeah, I guess that is all for today. So guys, thank you so much for joining BBVC Day 1. We all hope that you had a great time today during the first day, and we hope that you guys learned something from what we just learned from today. And yeah, especially about internet and its toxicity, more about the internet for today. And don't forget to get in contact with your group, with your facilitator. This is your chance to gain new friends and to learn from other people's perspective. And not only in Indonesia, maybe, but like from other people outside of Indonesia too. You can gain as much as friends as you can from here. So use that chance, make friends as much as you can, even outside of your group. Yeah. And we are also available on Discord. I think a few have joined Discord. You can join the Discord and then you can be active there as well because, well, our theme is activation. Be active, take action. So be active, guys. You can open up random discussions on Discord. There are a few friends from the communities as well on Discord. You can chat about it. You can open some discussions on Discord, and it is always available 24/7, not like in Zoom. So if you need a friend to chat or discuss, you can just head over to Discord. And Discord is a very safe place for that. If you do not understand how to use Discord, you can contact any of the committees in BBVC. And again, this is your chance to make friends. So join the Discord, talk as much as you can, make friends. It's a very rare and special place and special event where you can gain more than just knowledge. And lastly, we will see each other again through Zoom next week on the 13th at 8:30 a.m. West Indonesian time. So be here at 8:30 a.m. on Zoom. The link will be shared near on the maybe Friday or Saturday. Yeah, we will contact you guys later. But thank you again for today, and we hope to see you next week or by Discord.